Hi friends, Christine Tony with Essentially Styled. Today I want to talk to you about curly hair and share with you some of the products and the accessories I use when my hair is curly. Now if you've seen my previous videos, 95+% of them are probably going to be when my hair was straight or straightened then curled, just because it's easier to show a lot of hairstyles with not naturally curly hair. So as I've gotten older, I have found that my hair has gotten much curlier. And when I use some special products in it, I find it even gets even curlier. So today was a wash day, and so I decided to do this video so that you can see the difference. So I'm currently using some Lush shampoo, conditioner, gel, and leave-in conditioner, in addition to a few other products. But primarily it's the Lush brand products that I've switched to, and I really do like the way it feels. It's not crunchy, and there are some tricks that if you're a curly girl, and I apologize, I am not full-on curly girl because I will straighten my hair again when I do shows or when I do a lot of videos, just because it pulls apart the natural curls and the clumping the more you mess with it. So that's what I want to share with you today, are some things that can help with that for minimal styling. And as I go on, like day one, this is wash day, I'm only going to try do a couple different styles that really won't mess up the curls, especially if it's still damp, a little bit damp, but I try to let it completely dry or diffuse a little bit to help it completely dry so that there won't be any crimping with the products. So to start, when it is wet, and I'm putting in and applying the leave-in conditioner or hair mask or anything like that, I can gently comb using this amazing brush. It is a vented brush that is flexible. The bristles are so giving. So they really are gentle on your hair. You want to make sure your hair is slick. I would never use this once my hair is dry. You just wouldn't want to do that. But it's great for straight hair anytime. But it is curved to go along with the shape of your head. Again, I'm not going to put it in while it's dry, but it does kind of curve to go along with that shape, so you can cover a lot of hair with fewer strokes. So I do love our Flexi brush, and it will be available listed down below, the link to that. When I get out of the shower when my hair is curly, I tend to use the bamboo hair towel. It does not have the loops on it like our bamboo hair towel that is super absorbing and sucks the moisture right out of the hair. If I'm going to dry my hair straight, I do use that one because that means there's less time under the dryer. But with this cotton towel, and you can see it's just, let me pull it out of the bag a little bit so you can see the texture. It's just a very soft fabric, but no loops to kind of separate those clumps. So I do use that. You can plop in this. If you know what plopping is, just keeping your hair, once the product's in it, let it set for a little bit. You can plop with that. I also sleep with our mulberry silk pillowcase. This makes a huge difference in how I can go 3 and 4 days, even with curly hair, and still have good results at the end. And I'll show you one of the other tool I use alongside with this. But mulberry silk is especially good as opposed to a satin pillowcase. There's a huge difference between a satin pillowcase and a mulberry silk. And it's also good for your complexion, and if you have acne, things like that, it really is absorbent and helps the hair just slide smoothly throughout the night. And I'm a tosser and a turner, so I can vouch that it works really, really well. While I'm drying, I have these, I picked these up from Lange. They're hair clips to section out things, which I will use sometimes when I'm drying my hair out. But I will put these in, see if I can do it now here without, and I slide, it's hard to do it when I'm not in the mirror. Okay, slide those in, and sometimes we'll crimp so that I get some lift. So I will put in like 3 here and here as my hair is drying. I'm real careful about taking them out so that it doesn't separate the hair. But it gives it some volume on top. So you can use any kind of clips like that. Just be careful if they have teeth. This one doesn't have any teeth, so when I pull it out, I'm not separating out those curl ringlets that happen. So that's mostly what I use to get my hair curly. Once it's completely dry, I will use several Lilla Rose products. I really feel like Lilla Rose has the market on gentle hair accessories. They do not damage your hair like elastics. If you put an elastic in this, it's going to separate the curl clumps, it's going to rip hair, it's going to break hair. If they're hard to get out, some ladies have to even just regularly cut them out of their hair because they get so knotted. So elastics are a no-go with curly hair, in my opinion. Claws can work, but they also can separate curls more readily with the teeth as they come in. Plus, they're really not comfortable at all, especially if you're driving or just sitting on the couch if the headrest is high. So some alternatives are our Flexi Flips. The Flexies all work, but I think especially the Flexi Flips, and here's a couple different colors and an additional size. Now the beading is really tight, so hair does not get caught in there. It is very rare for hair to get caught in there. But the pin's attached, it's flexible, so it's very loose. So I'm gonna show you one style and how, like on day one of my curls, how I might wear my hair. I usually will do a half back if it's not too hot, and be careful in separating those curls out. I usually take just a little bit back and kind of lay it over rather than just scoop it back like I do when it's straighter. I just kind of lift it over and then collect it here. And I just stick the pin under, hold the hair, it gently comes over, and then I slide that pin through. The metal slides very easily on the hair without damaging the curls. So I get a little bit of volume. I can pull that up just a little bit. I don't want to mess with it too much, or you don't want to mess with the curls that much, especially on day one. So just a really easy, gentle style that will stay all day. I don't have to keep messing with that. So that's an option. These come in multiple sizes. I should have shown you how when I take that out. I'll just put it in again. All right, actually, let me try another one. Let's see. This is an alternative. Now, normally I wouldn't do I should say if my hair is straight, I would use the dangle. Because my hair is curled, I don't want anything that dangles that's gonna get caught up and catch the curls and constantly separate. So I'm going to use one of our braided 8s and just a simple stick. I'm gonna do the same style, but with this accessory that is also very gentle on the hair. And then I'll show you how it just slips out of the hair. So again, I'm going to take that just a little bit back, lift it over, okay, then just gently hold it in place. Now with the Flexi, I just kind of put them together as if they were a Flexi. Put the braided 8 over, and then I'm just going to slide that through for the same, and again, very gentle on your hair. You can change up the sticks for a little bit different style, but super comfortable. It's not going to budge. And these sizes aren't as exact as the Flexis because with the stick, and especially with curly hair, there's a lot of, it's very generous with sizing because those curls are going to hold even a larger size a little bit better in your hair. And when you take it out, you just hold the piece, pull that out, and again, it's not separating those curls. It just kind of goes back to the way it was. If you're doing the flip, I'll do that one again, just so you can see. Lift the hair over, stick the pin in, like so. So you have that, and when you take it out, you just slip it out. Make sure your hand doesn't grab any hair. But again, it doesn't damage your hair, so you can wear multiple styles. With this same clip, I'm going to pull it back in a ponytail, and I'm going to just gather it like I normally would, but loosely, because I don't want to do any damage. I'm going to flex that over and hold that like that. And again, it's going to keep those curls where they are and in the same condition. So again, when I pull that out, no damage to the curls. It's still protecting that. It's not turning frizzy, which is wonderful. You can also use the sports. These are also flexible and have the attached pin, notches on both sides of the pin, so you can flip it to hold more hair or less hair, just like the flips. Both of those have the flippable pin that we tried. Now the traditional flexies do not have the flippable pin. They have a centerpiece instead. So it's only, there are 7 sizes in the regular flexies, 3 in the flips. Now an alternative is the wooden flips, and the pin is still attached, and you have that, and you can wear that as well. I'm just going to do the same thing again. And again, I'm doing this multiple times, but it's really, I'm not worried about my curls because they are so gentle. So there is the wooden flip. Okay, and lastly, at night when because I generally wash my hair every 3 to 4 days, at night I use a simple swerve to put my hair up. Some people call it pineappling, and I use the silk pillowcase. So I don't use a cap or a bonnet necessarily. I rely on my pillowcase for that, but I do put the curls up in a flexi. So I'm going to show you how I do that, because I'm not worried about how it's going to look. So I'm going to flip over for a second. Gently, I want it on top of my head. Okay, so I gently have those curls on top of my head. It's going to look kind of crazy. But then I just am loosely going to wrap the hair as such. And then I take the curve. I want it to curve with my head, so I am just going to gently grab some of the top of that, come along my scalp, and then I just come up through the bottom to catch some of the other side of that twist, and it is ready for bed. And that's how I sleep, on the satin pillowcase. So in the morning, you know, I will eat, have my quiet time, I eat breakfast. When I'm ready, I do my makeup, and then right before I'm ready to head out the door, I take that out. I end up shaking it, bringing it back down, and that's pretty much what I've got in the morning. So I might need to fresh up if there's a little bit of frizz, but usually it's ready to go. Whether I have straightened and curled my hair, or whether I took the time to apply the product and go curly. And honestly, I really think it's about the same amount of time on my hair, whether I dry it, blow it out, and curl it, or scrunch by the time it dries naturally, or you diffuse it. It's about the same amount of time with the hair. If I don't do anything, it's just a frizzy mess. So I try not to do that very often. But the swerve is a wonderful tool. I do find that if it's damp and I don't have time to do anything, if I just put a little bit of leave-in conditioner on and put it up in a swerve, and then I take it out later on in the day, I do have some soft curls. So I will try and do a video to demonstrate that at some point in the future. But I just wanted to share what I'm doing for curly hair. Again, I am not a die-hard curly girl. I will probably go back and forth just because it's easier to demonstrate a lot of hairstyles. But I'll probably come back and do day 2 and 3 styles, because I'm a little after the first day. I try a little more fun styles, twists, and more buns that still accentuate the curls but are a little more involved, and I don't worry so much about separating the curl clumps as I do on day 1. Well, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, I appreciate it if you give it a like and maybe give it a comment to let me know you were watching, and anything else that you'd like to see me demonstrate. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye-bye.